Where? How are you? Are you okay? Where? Hello? Are you doing okay? Where? Where are you? Where am I? Where are we all? In the consciousness inside of our heads, locked inside of our skulls, this kind of being that we are forced to be. Our consciousness is the only thing we have, and it is like, is it in our brain? Is it in our body? Is it above it all? Where is it all? What is happening? Why do I feel? Why do I see colors? Why do I see colors? Oh, as the government and the economy crumbles around me, as it soon will. That's a bad deal. What are you gonna do? I have a story for you. I have a short story. We're not gonna do movie time. We're not gonna do anything. We have a short story. We are working on a project. We have Bath Time for Burgess almost recorded. I took some takes yesterday. I think I can edit a good one out of it, and if not, then I can redo it again. But I think I got Bath Time for Burgess, and then once I got Bath Time for Burgess, then I can do a podcast where I interview Burgess. And boy, I'm having a good time tonight. I tell you what, I went out to my parents after work, me and Stark, and went out there and I picked up a pint of Jim Beam. I went out to my parents and with a big old can of liquid death water, and I sipped on the Jim Beam, and chased it with the water, and brought about half of that back, and had one beer out there, a Natural Light. Oh, he had some other one. He still got that peppermint stout. Somebody gave it to him. It's from Christmas a year ago, not this Christmas, but the one before. And it's rough. It's also like 10% alcohol, so it's like, whew. So we went out there. It was a good time. I happened to end up, I was on the interstate and I seen a car and I was like, that looks a little bit like my mom's car. And I was kind of following them a little bit. And then they exited off at Crescent, to the highway to Crescent, where I was getting off. And then when she was getting ready to turn at the stop sign onto the highway, like she turned her head and I seen like the outline of her hair, like her curly whatever she's got going on. Whatever she's got going on, dear old mom, sweet old mom, dear old mom, oh mom, oh mom. So anyway, I ended up following her all the way out to her. Yeah, it was her. And I told her she had one of her brake lights out. And then I went in the basement and I drank whiskey. I gave Dad a little bit in a shot glass, like a big old fat shot glass, like it's a round barrel shape, and with an ice cube in it. And I gave him a little bit of the Jim Beam to sip on. So he don't like it, but it's still whiskey. He still get it down. And I took Stark out. Stark was so excited. Stark is so chill at home. He's just chill. We hang out all day, and every once in a while when I'm working, he comes up and brushes up against my arms, and he's just there, and he's like, hey. And I'm like, oh, you want to go outside? And usually it's because the dogs outside, the neighbor's dogs, they got fucking, I don't know how many fucking dogs they got, maybe seven? I think that's probably about right. So he's like, dude, I gotta go out. These dogs are barking. I gotta bark too. Stark gotta bark too. I know you named me after James Dean from Rebel Without a Cause. I know that's what you named me after. So I gotta get out here and bark with these dogs. Hoof, 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 hoof. Sometimes the slide whistle don't blow, but it's kind of interesting. Remember on the last one, I was like hundreds of beavers and didn't blow, and I was like, that's the sound of a beaver chewing on you. It's good shit, right? Okay, no movie time this time. We got movies, just short stories. So, did I get to the part where me and Stark went for a walk out on my parents? It was very nice. You know, it was like 46 degrees. It was still light out, and it's very, like, everything's dry and dead, so the dog can run through it, and I don't have to worry about him, like, running through, like, blankets of tall grass, so I don't have to worry about ticks and shit. He's just able to just fucking run around. We took a nice long lap out at the ranch. Me and old Stark took a good old lap around the ranch, and we enjoyed it very fucking much, thank you. He's excited to see Grandpa, because Grandpa's always got good dog treats. Like, Grandpa will specifically take a piece of meat and be like, this is the dog meat, or he saves all the, and he gives them dogs little meat treats, like literal, the best for a dog. If you were a dog, you'd be excited to see Grandpa too. Stark, he gets excited, he starts squeaking and shit. I don't know, he sounds like a goddamn monkey. I'm so excited! See, sometimes the slide whistle don't blow. That time I had my finger over the fucking thing. It wasn't on purpose. Okay, so the story. Okay, so I'm sitting there working today, right? Okay, and I happen to see through the window somebody walking out of my front yard. And I'm like, is this a guy working on something, you know? Somebody working on the street? That shit happens, you know, like, do what you gotta do. So I go up to the window. It's a big window, very big, but I only got it open so far on account of the curtains. Are you with me? So I go up to the window and I look out, and he's walking down the sidewalk, and it looks kind of like he's walking into the neighbor's yard. And so I go and open the front door, and I'm like, Stark, you stay. And I close the door, go out there, and I just watch him. He kind of walks. He wasn't in their yard. He was walking down the sidewalk, and I was like, okay, everything looks all right. He's just walking down the sidewalk. And then between the last house on the block and the next one closer, between those two, he walked through the houses. And between that one and between the one in mine next to it, like those are both, you can walk through there, but you can't walk through there because they're fucking private property. Fuck you, you piece of, ooh, what the fuck you doing walking through back there? Who think you are? What the fuck? Didn't you see the no trespassing signs? The no trespassing signs? Well, they were goddamn implied. Okay, so anyway, I'm like, oh, what the fuck's he walking through there? So I go back inside, and I go and get my pistol, Maybell. Now, Maybell is a, what is it, a 327 Federal Magnum? It's some kind of weird bullet. I got plenty of them, but it's some kind of weird bullet. And I own these legally, by the way. Completely legally. I have a license to carry them. I can go to the bank with this in my pocket. I never do. I don't take them out in public. But that's not the point. Maybell. Good old Maybell. It's a revolver. So it's got 6 in it. You don't have to worry about it jamming or nothing. It looks like a big old Western gun, you know, like you pull it. It's like a, you know, boom. So, go and grab, I keep that right. You don't need to know where I keep a goddamn thing. Right? Fuck you. So anyway, I go and grab it. Did I mention I drank like a good part of a pint? So this is a good story, isn't it? So I go and grab Maybell, this John Wayne looking pistol, and I'm wearing a white hoodie. I do not have the hood up, have my hair back, but I got that beard, you know, right? And so I put Maybelle in the little pouch on the hoodie. Just let her sit there upside down, nice and comfortable. And this all happens very quickly. It took me way longer to tell it than it happened. And then so I went out the back door, and I could already tell that he'd gone by the neighbor's house and probably my house, because the neighbor's dogs, I could hear the neighbor's dogs going off while he's walking by there. And they got a bunch of big dogs, and it's not much of a fence like when you're walking down the alley. They're good dogs, but, you know, fuck this guy. And so he's walking down the alley, and I get the gun and I go out, and he's a little bit further down by the time I get out there. And so I just stand there with old Mabel in the pouch and my hands at my side, just watching him. Just in the middle of the alley, I'm just standing there just watching him. And he's almost to the end of the alley. He walks quite a long ways, and he keeps looking to each side and looking at shit. He just keeps fucking, you know, if you're walking a dog and they sniff stuff or whatever, but if you're walking down the alley, you keep fucking walking. You don't go off to the side and start sniffing shit. I mean, if you want to take an artistic picture and, like, not look like a guy with the hood up, like, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Man, that sounds bad, right? By the way, it was like I think it was a white dude, so there was no weird racial things. But it's just some fucking scumbag in a hoodie. And then he got down the end of the alley, about the end of the alley, and then he fucking happened to turn around and see me standing there, and he waved. And I waved back. I waved, yeah, keep the fuck on moving, son of a bitch. And then he went left, like out away from this half of the block, the other way. It's like, all right. I told the mail carrier about it later. She's like, I just keep my fucking head down. I ain't getting any of that shit. And I'm like, yeah, right on. Stay out of it, girl. You just do your job. Yeah. Fucking A. That's all anybody wants. She's very nice, the mail carrier. One time, I walked the dog a lot, so there's been times where I've run into her and we've said hi and everything. Like, I remember her name. And sometimes she has treats for the dog, and so now the dog likes her, but you know, he still barks at her because she's the male person. It's weird. And anyway, one time I went over to that little dog bar over in Jean Leahy Mall. Have you ever been over there? In Jean Leahy, Jean Leahy Mall is really neat. If you got kids, like, take them over there. So it just fucking walk around. Bring a couple of airplane bottles of whiskey with you. Take a weed vape pen. Well, do what you gotta do. You just get in there and take a nice walk around. You got a dog? That helps a lot. Why don't you have a dog? Come on, get a dog. Jeremy, get a dog. Get a dog. Get a dog. Get a dog. You know that your kids want a dog. They want a dog. They want a dog. They want a dog. Anyway, one time there's a couple dog parks there that are next to each other. There's one for little dogs. I think it's like a 25-pound limit or 30-pound limit, something like that. Stark too big for that. So Stark's got to hang in the big dog thing. But yeah, I don't know. It's nice. But anyway, one time we seen Krista over there. Like, I'll go and park on this side of the pedestrian bridge, and me and Stark will walk over, or I'll bike from here, bicycle all the way across. But there's a pedestrian bridge over the river, and you can go over that, and it's nice. You can get right to Jean Leahy, and you only cross one street, and it's not a busy street. It's fucking really nice. So either me and Stark drive over by the pedestrian bridge and walk over there, or we park. But we haven't done that. Oh man, I'm looking forward to spring. I'm looking forward to doing that walk with my doggy again. But anyway, one time I seen my mail carrier in that park. And anyway, there's nothing to that story. It was like, hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah. There weren't no sparks or nothing. She's cool. She's cool. I like her. This has been another edition of the Dogcaster. The Dogcaster! Thanks for hanging out, y'all.